Hello?
What's up, Ricky?
How you doing, man? How you are? Can you guys see me? No.
No, if you click the... Yeah, there he is.
What up, bud?
Great hat. I got the same one for the Bronx. I love that look, man.
Dude, this company, is it the Hood Hat Company?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys are the shit, man.
Awesome.
They made
How
us
you doing,
King of
dude?
Staten Island hats and shit. It's tight.
What's that?
They made us King of Staten Island hats.
Dope. Very cool.
Yeah.
You're talking to probably like the two biggest King of Staten Island fans on the planet. We got the screener a couple weeks ago when we talked to Bill Burr.
I'm a fan of the show. I watched, man. I know.
It was fun. I mean, that movie's fucking awesome, dude. We love it.
Dude, thank you so much. It was the coolest experience I've ever had.
Really.
Doing this job, and it's been great. The response has been fucking crazy.
Well, I think
Even Bill, who I feel like Bill does everything like, yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, like he's like very like low key with everything. He's like, yeah, I got a good feeling about this.
We smashed it.
This one's gonna be fucking big. I honestly think it's like the movie of the year. I haven't seen a ton of movies this year. It's by far my favorite one. I will be shocked if there's a movie I like more this year than King of Staten Island.
It's funny that you say the Bill thing, like he's like confident. That wasn't always the case. He's like, I've done a few of these. They can
that was very good. Sounded exactly like
that was a fucking spot on. But we have one of the movie guys we follow. He was tweeting yesterday. I think he just saw a screener being like, the movie's awesome, and he's like, and also if Bill Burr decides he wants to leave comedy and become an actor, like he can do that.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be great.
I think what I love the most, and I don't think I realized you were in it until I saw you in it, but like that first scene where I think you guys are all fucking around in the basement, and I was like, this is literally just friends, and you happen to press record. You know what I mean? Like you could, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know Pete. Is everybody in that crew like friends, or some of them just actors? Because it felt like you all had like incredible chemistry.
There was a bunch of friends on set.
Yeah.
The whole time, which was great because our boys were just like housing the craft services.
Is that stressful? Because I'll tell you what, when my friends come to like a Barstool thing, a whole night I'm just stressed. Like, dude, don't fuck up. Don't fuck up tonight, okay?
I just would be like, stay away from Judd.
It's basically like, stay away from Dave.
That's what's wild because it's like,
so
you know,
cool
you
and Bill's so cool and the rest of that it was just such a fun environment. And I think that's what Judd does best is he makes the environment so fun. That you feel like you can be as creative as you want. And that's definitely like that first scene you see us all in. Like that's what was really happening down
Was
there.
that, was there any like ad-libbing going on or was that all scripted?
Oh yeah. So you usually just run the scene how it's written originally. And then you get like a couple more tries to do whatever you want. And when they give me that green light, I was like, oh, I'm going to go off here. I'm going to go off.
I mean, it's nothing new because Pete has done this so much in his act. But when you guys all start like talking about how his father died and then you all end up just like busting his balls and laughing, he's like, yeah, it's funny, my dad's dead. It's so goddamn good, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was that one was actually off the cuff. And Judd said to me after, he goes, that's either going to be the best joke or the worst joke of the movie. And it made so I'm happy with it. Definitely happy.
That was awesome, man. Was this like, I would imagine, like your biggest movie experience so far?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I was on the nightly show with Larry Wilmore for a few years, and then I made my own thing that didn't go to air, and then I was just doing stand-up, traveling. I was on the road with Aziz and Mulaney and Pete, so I was staying very busy. Yeah. And then
that's a pretty good fucking crew right there, huh?
Oh, those are the homies, man. Aziz is my guy, dude. He made
what do Pete and John talk about?
Pardon?
What do Pete and John talk about?
John is awesome, man. Like he's just one of us. John is so fun, dude.
Well, that's I guess I forgot that he was an alcoholic in high school, right? But like he's so buttoned up that I just like when you see them together, it's
people
two
always
very
think
different
he's a
people.
clean comic. People always think he's a clean comic, and it's like, no, he just wears a suit. Like,
right.
He just dresses up. That's it.
Was there a time when he was clean? Because I remember in his new one, is it Kid Gorgeous the newest one? I forget. But like he's dropping fucks not a lot, but more noticeably. Like I don't like New in Town. I don't remember him saying fuck or anything like that. But the one at Radio City, I was like, oh, he's hitting fuck hard this time.
Yeah.
John's the man, dude. He's. I feel smarter just hanging out with him. Like
I feel smarter just looking at him.
I was just telling him I came to, I think it was Caroline's. I saw Pete Pete was friendly with Barstool for a little bit. He invited us to a show, and you were on stage that night. And I swear to God, man, I remember thinking, like, this is the funniest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. You
dude,
absolutely
thank you so
slayed.
much. That's fucking dope.
You are something special on stage, and I feel like it's. I don't know if it's like a New York thing or you're a city guy or whatever, but it was just like, I get this guy. I understand what the fuck he's talking about,
Man, the stand-up's given me everything, and it's really crazy because like I started when I was young. I did theater for so long, so like I wanted to act for so long, but when I was like, I'm gonna do stand-up, and I kind of pushed acting to the side, and then like Larry Wilmore saw me, so I got the show. Then Judd saw me, so I got the movie. Like, so it's just like it's opened up so much more shit for me, which has been amazing.
Let's hang on to that Judd Apatow. Let's ride that wave, bro.
Dude, that guy's a man, dude.
Yeah.
He's so sick.
I mean, his roster, his resume. It's literally a joke when you see how many movies he either produced or directed or wrote or whatever. It's comical.
He's and the other thing is he's like just the nicest guy in the world, which is sick. Like he's just easy to be around. He fucking did me huge solid. He made me a producer on the movie, and I basically shadowed him through the whole entire movie.
Wow,
shit,
that's fucking dope.
So yeah, dude, I was sitting at home. I'm sitting in bed with my wife, and the next thing you know, I get a call from Judd, and he's like, "Hey, will you come punch up the script and be on set every day?" And like, I rode in and out of the city every day with Judd to go to work, and
dude, that should be a movie. Like that right there is a fascinating script. Like shadowing a guy like that. Wow.
Dude,
what do you think the most important?
And he's
thing,
like a friend. He's a friend. Like he's somebody. Like I wake up and there's just text from Judd. I'm like, this fucking sick.
Did you? Okay, here's the thing. Did you have him in your phone at first as Judd Apatow, and then
change it to Judd?
Take like Judd out when you became friends?
I don't save people's number.
What does that mean?
I don't save people's numbers, so God forbid my phone gets lost. You don't know who I was having that text with.
So if I open your messages, it's just a string of numbers?
Basically, yeah.
And
I actually just doubled up on the phones recently.
I mean, that's pretty smart.
It's very smart.
Protecting your friends, but also if you need to text someone and you don't have an active text with them, do you just have to know their number, or you just don't talk to people?
Figure it out, man. You look for clues.
Yeah. See, I have the exact opposite thing I do, and a very similar thing I do, where I just have my phone delete everything. Every 30 days, my phone deletes.
Ooh, is that an app you can get?
Yeah, for text. It's not an app.
It's a feature on the
It's just
iPhone.
a feature. Yeah, every 30 days, all my texts delete.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't know about that at all.
But I delete last names once we become friends in case someone steals my phone, and they'll be like, "Oh shit." Like, he's just friends with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have... He's just pals with Judd Apatow. This isn't like a work connection. Like, I want him to know he stole a good phone.
If I just put in like, J-Man. What's up, J-Dog? This is my buddy.
I've done those before, but then they're just so obvious.
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows who PD in my phone is.
What was there... I mean, that's got to be a pretty big honor. Like, did you think that Judd like just kind of saw... what you brought to the table and was like, this guy should be a producer?
I think on top of it, he knew that I know Pete's story. Me and Pete been friends for a minute, dog. I've known him for 10 years. My kid was born on 9/11. He's my son's godfather. Like his mom is at my house. Like we are very, very close. And Judd just knew, like the day I auditioned with Judd, that night I had to go do shows with him. So I was like, well, thank God this went well. So he had to see stand-up. And it's funny because like before that, working with his company, I was on Crashing for like 2 seconds. Pete Holmes goes, "I like your shirt," and that was it. Like I went from the guy that like wasted his day in a trailer to the guy that was like walking with him, being with him.
Yo, that's like how it goes though, right? It's like you might have walked away from Crashing that day being like, what a fucking waste, and it's like that changed your life forever.
I was hurt. I was like hurt. I like hurt my ego hard, and then like 2 years later, I like get to go hang out at Judd's house. Like it's tight, dude. He's
crazy. Yeah, man.
Like, it's so sick. So I just feel really lucky, man. And Judd, me and him are still working on other things together. We're gonna be announcing shortly some stuff, and he's just the fucking man, dude. And I mean, everybody on set had that feeling though. Like even Burr, I didn't know Burr before. So like getting to work with him on this level on the first thing was incredible.
What was your level of intimidation like with Bill? Because I'll tell you what, we probably interviewed him 5 times now. I'm still terrified every single time.
Terrified of talking to Bill Burr. You can't like compliment him too much. If you try to bust his balls, he'll fucking roast you. I mean, I'm always like, I don't know what to say to Bill.
Dude, we tried to give him a T-shirt, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
Like, I fucking like you guys. I don't need fucking presents to do your thing.
I thought he would have been taller. I was like, I'm taller than Bill Burr. Fuck, I'm not-
So how does the whole movie come about? Like, have you guys always been shopping this idea of like, yo, Pete, your story's like fucking wild. It's one that could be on the big screen, and like Judd hears it, or what? How's that come about?
Well, I mean, Pete's one of the more interesting people I've ever met, and I think he's very misunderstood. So that like helped. It's like explaining what people don't understand about it, and I think it was just. I wasn't involved at the beginning. I really wasn't. I was only written in as the part I was. Like that was written with me in mind, but I wasn't promised it because Universal and Judd had the final say.
Right.
So I just got put on board, and the minute Judd was like, "I want you to come in. I want you to punch this up. I want you to do this, do that," and I was like, "Let me take it all in, just all of it, and eat it all up." And I mean, it was a long fucking summer. It was definitely a long summer, but it was the coolest thing I've ever had done. Like, it was just sick. And it was just to be a part of it. And you guys seen it. You guys love it. And thank you for loving it. But that's a fucking special
Thanks for making
movie.
it good.
Yeah, no, like honestly, that like, personal preference. Some people like it, some people don't. But it's just a type of movie that's like, it's different. Like it's a real story, obviously, based on, and it just feels like a really genuine movie.
Judd did things in that movie, like even like Buscemi, dude. Like, you've never seen him play that role of like the guy people lean on. Like,
he was like the normal calm guy instead of like the maniac man.
Dude, he was. What was he like? Because I think maybe after, it was after I saw the movie, there was an expose or whatever the fuck the fancy word you want to call it is on Buscemi and GQ, and it was just like how he's just like the coolest fucking guy in the world, and like they were talking about like he lives in Park Slope, and like his house in Park Slope, which he's considering selling, is like the neighborhood's worried that Buscemi might move out because he's just such like a calming presence around. Like Buscemi will come home and there'll just be presents on his doorstep for him. Like he's like the neighborhood Don.
He's the coolest fucking guy. I actually did save his number. I needed that.
I gotta keep that one.
And I want that to be the only name listed. That's who saved. No. And what was cool about him was not only was it just amazing to watch him act because he's a fucking amazing actor, but like he once was a fireman, which was huge. Yep. And then on top of it, like he was just awesome to be around. And then he started kicking it with us off set. So it'd be like me, Pete, Burr, and Buscemi in a basement. Fucking sick, dude.
The scene where you're all at the bar and you're singing, what song is it? It's like one of those like classic.
Oh, I don't know the name of the song. I just know
One
how
Headlight?
Yeah.
It was just, it looked like, again, real, genuine. Like they were just having some beers and like basically doing karaoke with each other. It looked awesome.
It was, I mean, dude, daily I would get home and just be like, what the fuck did we do today? Like, that was like such a special moment too. And like, you gotta remember, like, there was a guy, that guy, John Sorrentino, that's in the movie. He was off the day of 9/11 and worked in the same house as Pete's dad.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Holy moly.
So
that's
like,
all those
all the actors and the rest of that were playing firefighters, they got sent to training. Like Judd makes you feel so a part of it. Yeah. And like the Apatow company just does such a great job in doing that it feels so personal. Everybody walks out of there feeling like they belong to something.
It does feel like because it's obviously you said Judd does such a good job of creating like a fun set, but also like the like how personal everything was, I imagine everyone came out like wow, like we did family shit to like this whole time where it was we like cried together, we worked hard together, we fucking laughed our asses off. Like, do you feel like I don't know, leaving quarantine with your family? Like, look, we had some fucking fights, we had some tears, but we had a good time largely.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, like fucking working with Marissa Tomei.
That's outrageous. We were talking to Bill about
Dude,
that.
I love
like,
how genuinely like surprised you get every name you say. You're like, what, dude?
Crack the fuck up. It's so funny. Like, it's like,
for Bill Burr to have.
He used to drive around my '98 Honda Accord with like $30 in our pockets, splitting it for gas and weed. Like this.
So how did so when you go from that, the '98 Accord splitting $30, and then all of a sudden your boy, like one of your best friends, is just and he had like a steady rise, but also he just got thrown into the like ultra mainstream celebrity world. I mean, I feel like I would be busting my friend's balls every 2 fucking seconds if once he goes big time like that.
I mean, there is things that we laugh our balls off about, but then again, like some of it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say the other side of it is that like he looked like it kind of hit him hard, and he had some issues with it. So I don't know where the line was, but I feel like
if you ever notice, I never I refuse to comment on any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to be a part like in that way because like it's not. People are like, oh, Pete acts like he hates it. No, he hates it. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to live like that. And the thing is, people change up words and how and what we're doing. We once went out, and the next day they wrote in the paper that we did something we did not do. We were home. So it's like, you just got to take it with what it is. But at the same time, we get to do dope ass shit. So it's like,
yeah, I know. Take the good with the bad there. It sucks though that it's got to be that way, where it's just like, I can't date someone I want to date, or I can't go where I want to go without this becoming a fucking thing every time. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like me having to come to being like, okay, yeah, the paparazzi are going to be at my wedding. Like, that's just a weird play. But at the same time, like...
But at the same time, you get, King of Staten Island and Judd Apatow and all the things that come from it.
Like, Pete was there when my kid was born. Pete was there when my mom passed away. That's my best friend. So I ride for him the same way he rides for me. And, like, we don't really listen to the whole media thing as much as, like, that's why we hang out in basements so much, because we're just not listening to the world.
That's fucking deep. I love that.
That's your bunker?
Ricky and Pete in the basement, just, avoiding the bullshit. It's amazing, dude.
I don't even think Pete has internet on his phone, dude.
Well, I've always said, I would love to get him in here because I do think he's misunderstood, and I'd love to talk with him. And I just feel like he's just like, no, like I don't want to do that shit. I'm not interested in it. And I feel like that's pretty like commendable, where it's like so many people either love it or if they don't want to do it, still feel like they have to do it. And he's just like, nah, I just do me. There's not a lot of people who do that anymore.
I'm just trying to be like Ben Affleck, dude. That guy's the man. No Instagram, nothing. Fucking always with his stomach out. Like that.
Big fucking dragon on his back. He's always, I think he's sober still, but like he always got the puffy face. He is like, he just looks permanently hungover, which is like, that's what I strive to have that look one day. And I'm working for it.
It's hard to find a picture of him without a cigarette in his hand.
Dude, that one he had where he had his face mask down with the cigarette. Like I was like, that's just legend, man.
Yo, him and Ana de Armas have just been thriving. Yeah. Just out there going for walks, hanging out with each other, ripping cigs.
Dude,
what a life, man.
My goal is to be friends with the Affleck, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like I'm definitely gonna just start putting quotes that he said on me. Like,
it's like, is that from Good Will Hunting? Yeah, man, that's Affleck. Shut the fuck up.
No, it's not even that. It's like things he says in his everyday life.
Yeah.
Like, let me get another cig or something.
I want to bug Ben Affleck's house to get tattoo inspiration. He's like, it's on, and then you bug it and you find out it's just him mostly being like, Anna, can I do another Instagram picture of you? Like, is this one good enough? Is this one good enough?
Just him looking at his Getty images.
Yeah. How old's your daughter, man?
I have a son. He's going to be 2 years old on 9/11.
You're in the weeds, huh? How's that going? Fatherhood.
It's awesome, man. It's really it's cool. He's a great kid. He's happy, and he's just like, he's brought a lot of joy to us. So I mean, it's been a really awesome experience.
Are you guys still in New York?
I left New York this week. I'm in Florida now. I took off.
But for quarantine, you're in Florida, or you moved to Florida?
No. I just came out here to spend
Yeah.
the summer, so I wasn't stuck in a Chelsea apartment with a child.
You're a New York lifer. I've been here forever too. I think I'm sick of New York though. You like New York still?
This quarantine kind of made it like not as appealing as I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm like, it's getting
looking-
hard to like defend why I'm here. It's like it's expensive, it's dirty, it's crowded, it's a fucking epicenter for disease, and you can do your job from anywhere now. But I don't know. I mean, my whole life's
like,
here. I ain't going to it.
It's just so different now. Like, how many times I go on stage and I'm like, "Yo, who's a local? Like, who's born and raised here?" And nobody claps.
Really?
And it's like, and it's gentrification, and it's just like that shit's weird as fuck too. They just go into poor neighborhoods and make you drink out of jars at bars. Like, it's fucking weird. As fuck. I don't understand it, and it's just, I mean, it's weird, man. New York has definitely taken a huge change in the last couple of years.
No doubt.
But I mean, it's still the best for stand-up. So
I was gonna say, I mean, the only thing is
I'll be there, and the minute
that's-
those stages open, I'll be back on.
Are you dying without it? Like,
Yes.
most comics are telling me they're dying, and I get it. But I also feel like, you know, you're on the road so much. You go up like 6 nights a week. Is there any part of you that was like, it's a welcome break?
Well, yeah, no, it was kind of sick. I took the whole summer doing the fucking movie. So, like, that was my whole summer. So getting these months to spend with, I missed a whole summer with my brand new child.
Right.
So, like, I was working 6 days a week with Judd. And so getting this time has been invaluable, dude. Like, I can't, it's the best. Like, we're down here playing in a pool every day and just, like, letting him be a kid now. And he's getting to that point where he, like, likes to play with dad. And
Yeah, right around there, they start to get their personality. They start talking more, and they can kind of give back a little bit more, and you can hang out in the basement with them.
Dude, he's not allowed in the basement. That's why I'm going to move him to Florida. No basement. Around.
All right, man. Well, we really appreciate it. The movie is great. Like I said, I think you're an incredible stand-up.
Thank you for having me on. I am a fan. You guys are fucking awesome.
Anytime, dude.
Dude,
thanks
appreciate
again,
that.
and
Thank you. It
thank
means
you
a lot.
No, the movie, it means the world that you guys like it as much as you do. Thank you.
Keep it up, dude. Ride that wave and, take that next step. We're looking forward to it. Later, man.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Peace.